Yeah, two in one night. Hey everybody, this is Benny. And once again, this is where we are. We're not here, we're at work. But we're usually here at night. Now I'm going to ramble. Anyway, this is a little update on the 80th anniversary of the Normandy landings, June 6, 1944, hosted by Charlie Mack. This is the kit I'm doing. It's P-47. We'll talk a little bit about the kit. This is a Razorback, P-47D. This kit, according to Scalemates, goes back to 1976 by a company called Otaki in Japan. I've never heard of Otaki, but the details on the kit are pretty nice. I'll show you in a minute. The fit, not so nice. A lot of mold lines, a lot of seam work. I'm gonna have to dress it up. The wings attached kind of sketchy, but enough glue and that problem got solved. But it's a nicely detailed kit for being as old as it is. You know, the panel lines are not sticking out. They're not raised panel lines, they're actually engraved panel lines. They're kind of shallow, and as soon as I start cleaning all this up, they'll disappear. But oh well. The color of this P-47 is going to be is dark green. I think I have it right here. Yes, it's U.S. dark green. Probably use that Vallejo. I got some Tamiya paint, you know, but I came to kind of hate Tamiya paint. So alternatives will be searched out. So, like I said, the kit goes back to 1976. AMT got a hold of it, released it here under the AMT Ertl name in 1991. So this is a 1991 kit. It's never been retooled as far as I know. Scalemates just doesn't show. If you ever seen their time chart, it'll show you the box and the next time it was released and the next time, and it'll tell you new box, new decals, retooled if it was retooled, but it never says retooled. So this old tooling is held up pretty well for a company I never heard of. Probably not even around anymore. I didn't look at that. Anyway, this aircraft, this particular aircraft, was flown on D-Day in the morning by Lieutenant Arthur Thomas Krause. Lieutenant Krause had 35 missions to his credit, always in a P-47 with the 366 Fighter Squadron, and their planes were gray on the bottom, dark green on top. Pretty simple. Not a lot of markings. White nose and a white horizontal line on the tail. Well, that was pretty much it. Their assignment that day was to search out ground targets. Anything that wasn't American or British or Canadian that moved was fair game. Bombs and machine guns. So Lieutenant Krause was part of that mission. He was born in St. Louis. As a youngster, he moved over to Kansas City, Kansas. That's where he lived most of his life, and found his way to Houston. His draft registration, though, says he was hanging around Alhambra, California. So I'm not really sure what to call him, a Kansan, Texan, or Californian, but his address was Houston, Texas. And that's kind of who claims him, Texas. He wasn't there long, as the 1940 census shows him being in Kansas. So he was a short time in Houston in California, because he enlisted right after Pearl Harbor, if I remember right. I'll correct that if it's wrong. Anyway, let's talk about this kit some. I'm going to string you along on Lieutenant Krause's story, unless you want to look it up yourself. There's a little information out there. Tires, pretty nice. I got a separate hub, so that'll be kind of easy to paint. There's even some, probably won't be able to see it, some tread on these tires in a cross section, and that's pretty cool. However, big ass seam line down the middle of it. Even on the tail there's a line. Underneath there's another line. Big ass line. Wings will need some, they have some fit issues. Yeah. So I'm going to lose a lot of engraving on those. I might put it back on, I'm not sure. I'm going to display her wheels down. Fully loaded, fully bomb loaded, as they took off that morning. So, like I said, it's pretty nicely detailed though. I don't know if you could see, yeah, look, there you go. Engraved panel lines, lots of them. I opened up the expanded cartridge holes. Just thought that looked better than just having a blacked out hole right there. But yeah, it's pretty nicely engraved. Interior, lots of PE in there. And if I wasn't doing this, if I was just doing the generic P47, I'd complain about it. But since this is to honor someone who took part in the invasion of France, I'm not going to complain about it. So, and it'll completely disappear once the canopy is on it. It's not a bubble canopy. It's got a lot of framework on it, so you'll be able to see seat belts. That's pretty much it. It's got a simple engine that, let's see if I can do a little detail work on it. Came with the Hamilton standard prop. Cowling doesn't fit very well, so that's a problem that I'm gonna have to fix. Overall, it's an okay kit for its age. I've had worse that just did not want to be put together. But this one's, I'm not disappointed in it. You know? I mean, just about all aircraft has a side-by-side aircraft has a seam line you gotta fix. That's just part of the game. So anyway, if you're still awake after this thought-provoking and exciting narration, I'm gonna put the wheels back on. They don't really stay yet. I'll tell you a little bit more about Arthur Krause, First Lieutenant Arthur Krause, in upcoming videos. So once I get all this seam work done, I'll be able to paint her and then put the aftermarket decals on it. Anyway, this is Benny. That's where we are. Appreciate you watching and doing all the other YouTube stuff you do, like, dislike, blah, blah, blah. Y'all come back now, you hear?